Today is Tuesday, and it's a happy Tuesday. Okay, anyway, my name is Juanita Williams, and I'm coming to you today with Tuesday Truths. So today, I'm sitting in a different place because that's what the Lord is telling me to do. I'm sitting outside, and it is beautiful outside. Here's something that the Lord told me about myself that I didn't know. Actually, back in September, because I used to say that I don't like being outside. I like staying inside. But I was in the Lord's presence one day and I was looking out the window of my house and it was. And the Lord told me, He said, Juanita, you've always liked to be outside. And I was like, really? It's like, well, what caused me to want to stay inside all the time? So, of course, Satan has his tactics for everything. And that's just one of the aspects of me not knowing who I really am. So today we are going to be talking about refocus. Refocus. And let me get to my spot, my notes that I wrote about refocus. So the scripture that the Lord gave me is Revelations chapter 2, verses 1 through 7. And I will be reading them throughout my notes. So it begins with write this letter to the angel of the church of Ephesus. This is the message from the one who holds the seven stars in his right hand, the one who walks among the seven gold lampstands. I know all the things that you do. I have seen your hard work. I know you don't tolerate evil people. You have examined the claims of those who say they are apostles, but are not. You have discovered that they are liars. You have patiently suffered for me without quitting. But I have this complaint against you. You don't love me or each other as you did at first. And I'm going to stop right there. So, in this passage, God is talking to the church at Ephesus. And he's talking about how they operate in patient endurance and how they hate what he hates and how they are hard workers and how they hold false apostles accountable for being liars. But he has a complaint against them. So I remember when my youngest son was maybe 2 or 3 years old, we had a conversation one day about the day he was born. I don't know how the conversation started. It's kind of random, excuse me. But we had a conversation about it. And he told me that he remembered. And the thing that he told me that he remembered that he remembered the bright light in the room. And he was right. There was a really bright light in that room. So I want to ask you some questions. Do you remember the day that you were reborn? Do you remember where you were? Do you remember the time of day or the clothes that you had on? And most importantly, do you remember how you felt inside? Do you remember the overwhelming love that God saturated your heart with and put fire in your belly? And do you remember how much God loved you? And He still loves you. Do you remember how focused you were on sharing what you experienced because you wanted everyone to have the same experience that you had with God? And you wanted me, look how far you have fallen. Turn back to me and do the works you did at first. If you don't repent, I will come and remove your lampstand from its place among the churches. But this is in your favor. You hate the evil deeds of the Nicolaitans, just as I do. Remember, he's talking to the church at Ephesus. So with everything that's going on in this world, plus our individual lives, the things that are going on in our lives, it's easy to lose our focus. Sometimes we are so preoccupied with the circumstances that we lose sight of who is in control of the circumstances. So now it's time to change our focus. It's time to change our focus from the world and its circumstances to the one who controls the circumstances. The word says, look to the hills where our help comes from, and that is from God. So today I ask you, where is your focus? Is it on the world or the one who created the world? It's time to refocus and get back to our first love. The word further states, anyone with ears to hear must listen to. To everyone who is victorious, I will give fruit from the tree of life in the paradise of God. So where is your focus? Think about it. Alrighty, thank you for joining me today on Tuesday Truths. My name is Juanita Williams, Purpose Chaser, Purpose Pusher, Purpose Coach. Have a fantabulous day and a wonderful week, and I will see you next week, Lord willing. Think about your focus and what you're focused on, and refocus back on the one who created you and who is in control of circumstances. Alrighty, I love you all, and I will see you next week, God willing. This is Juanita Williams from On Tuesday Truths. Have a blessed, wonderful, fantabulous day. Love you all.